Hello viewers, one more time I welcome you to Remedial One YouTube channel where we discuss the Waec math questions, which we give you the detailed explanation that will can able to help you. Please make sure you subscribe. Myself, Sam Abeb, and a brother from Prempeh College, Sam Obuaten.
Hello, viewers, welcome back to Remedial One YouTube channel, #1 channel for Wassce past questions. Today we want to look at something that's past questions on trigonometry. So we will start with the question on the screen. If sine x equal to 1/7, find tan x. This problem, you don't need to convert it to decimal. Don't worry yourself to find the angle x. You are supposed to find tan in terms of x. So what we do is you draw our right angle triangle. Keep in mind, after drawing the right angle triangle, we know sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, that is x. Opposite over hypotenuse. SO on each. When you compare this with what has been given, you realize that the opposite side is 1. So the side where the acute angle is facing is the opposite side, which is 1. And then the hypotenuse is 7. So we are left with the adjacent side. So by using Pythagoras theorem, we can represent the adjacent side by A, opposite squared plus adjacent squared. So we have 7 squared is equal to 1 squared plus A squared. We want to find A. So let's move 49 is equal to 1. So A squared will be 49 minus 1 is equal to A squared. So we want to find A square. We take the square root on both sides. So A is equal to square root of 48. So we can break this one. Root 48 by using set. Write it as root 3 times 16. Yes. So you have root 16 is a perfect square, so 4 root 3. We have been asked to find tan x. According to tan is opposite over adjacent. So from the diagram, the opposite side is 1 on 4 root 3. Okay, you don't end here. Anytime you have said at the denominator, make sure you rationalize. Let's rationalize from the denominator. So this is equal to multiply both sides by root 3. Root 3. So you get root 3 on divided by root 9, which is equal to root 3 on 4. Yes. So with this type of question, don't worry yourself to convert it to decimal. That's on the screen. Given that tan x is equal to 1, where x is between 0 and 90 degrees, we have to evaluate 1 minus sine squared x all over cos x. So as we did, we need to draw our right angle triangle. Tan of any acute angle is the opposite side over the adjacent. So this is tan x is equal to 1, which means that the opposite side is 1. Then adjacent is 1. So we can now find the hypotenuse side. So opposite squared, so h squared is equal to 1 squared plus 1 squared. So h squared is equal to 2. So take the square root on both sides. So h will be root 2. So that is the hypotenuse side. We have been asked to evaluate 1 minus sine squared x over cos x. So we need to find sine x. Knowing the hypotenuse side, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So from the diagram, opposite side is 1, hypotenuse is 2. Then let's check cos x. X is adjacent over hypotenuse. And from the diagram, adjacent side is 1, hypotenuse is root 2. So let's go to the expression. So you just substitute wherever you see sine x, you substitute it. 1 minus sine square x, so 1 on root 2 all squared, all over 1 on root 2. How this is equal to 1 minus 1 on 2 square over 1 over root 2 equal to half. 1 minus half is half on 1 over root 2. So we are dividing two fractions. You have 1 on 2, then we interchange the numerator and the denominator. You have root 2 on 1. So we have root 2 on 2. 1 times root 2 will give you root 2, and then 2 times 1. Yeah, that is your answer. So once again, don't worry yourself to just almost the same. So before we do this, I want you to pause because we have solved a similar ones. So I want you to pause and then try it if you can do it yourself. So just about 2-3 minutes. Now let's continue. So the same way, you have been given cos x to be 12 on 13. So the acute angle is x. Now, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Cos of any acute angle. So with the values or with the fraction given, the adjacent will be 12 and the hypotenuse will be 13. So we have to find the opposite side. You know, using Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse squared, opposite squared, plus adjacent squared. Then we substitute the values. So 13 squared, whole squared, the opposite plus 12 squared. Okay, this implies that 159 minus 144 is equal to whole squared. So this will give you 25 equal to whole squared. So to get the opposite side, you take the square root on both sides. O is equal to the opposite side is equal to 5. Now let's go to the expression. Let's find tan x. Now, tangent of an acute angle is the opposite side over adjacent. So from the diagram, tan x will be equal to 5 on 12. We then substitute this one in the expression. So we're going to have 1 minus tan x is 5 over tan x. So this is equal to 1 minus 5 on 12 over 5 on 12. We have 12 minus 5, which is 7. 7 on 12. I'm going to simplify. Divided by 5 on 12. So dividing two fractions, you flip 7 on 12 times 12 on 5. So the 12 will cancel the 12. So which will be left with 7 on 5. And remember, as you prepare for your Wassce exams, there are certain things that you need to take note of. Don't leave your answer in improper fraction. This is an improper fraction, so we need to convert it to mess. So 5 will go into 7, 1, remainder 2. Yes, 2 out of 5 to get your full mark. I'll also be telling you the secret of getting all your marks. Next on the screen, we have evaluate tan 60 degrees minus 1 over 1 minus tan 30 degrees. Bear in mind, most of the time, you don't need to convert them to decimals. 60, 30 are part of special angles. There are some angles that are special acute angles. They are 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60, and of course, 90 degrees. And these angles can be expressed in terms of set. So when you are asked to evaluate something like this, we expect you to use those values, not the decimal. So tan 60 is the same as, tan 30 is the same as 60. Root 3 on 3. Root 3 on 3. And then tan 60 is the same as root 3. Yes. So this is what we expect you for all the special angles. So let's get back to the expression. So in place of this is equal to, in place of tan 60, we can write root 3 minus 1 over 1 minus root 3 on 3. Okay. So we need to do some simplification. You can break it down. Okay. So we have root 3 minus 1 over, now we have 3 minus root 3 all over 3. Okay. Now this is a fraction. This is equal to root 3 minus 1 over 1 times 3 over 3 minus 3. 3 minus root 3. Okay, so let's see how it will behave. This is equal to 3 times into bracket root 3 minus 1 over 3 minus root 3. Once again, there is a set at the denominator. We can't leave it like that. So we need to rationalize. So let's rationalize. 3 times root 3 minus 1, bracket 1 minus root 3, the denominator. And then we rationalize. We take the conjugate of the denominator, which is 3 plus root 3. Okay. So conjugate, if it is plus here, you change it to minus. If it is minus, we change it to plus. Let's multiply them. The numerator first. 3 root 2, 3 times 3, 9 root 3. And then 3 root 3 times that one to get 9, plus 9. And then minus 3 times 3, you get minus 9. So minus 3 root 3. Okay, over 3 squared minus root 3 all squared. Yes. So anytime you multiply a compound set by its conjugate, the result is difference of 2 squared. So on the or at the numerator, 9 minus 9 will give you 0. So equal to, but 9 root 3 minus 3 root 3. So we have 9 minus 3, which is 6 root 3 on 6. And then you get the 6 will cancel 6, you get root 3. So you cancel the 6 by 6. Evaluate sine 210 degrees plus cos 210 degrees. There are 2 ways of doing this. One, you can use your calculator. In using your calculator, not to convert this one to decimal, but to get the values in terms of set. You get a value. So take your calculator and then compute sine 210. Sine 210 minus half. Yes. Now the minus indicate that 210 is in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, sine is negative. Cos 210. So this one is minus because it is found in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, cosine is negative. Okay, so now let's substitute these values in the expression. So you have minus 1 on 2 plus bracket minus root 3 on 2. Okay, we can expand it. So minus 1 on 2. So plus and minus will tend to minus. So root 3 on 2. Okay, so we can find the LCM. So we have minus 1 minus root 3. Yes, so you can pull the negative out. Let's see what will. So into bracket at the numerator 1 plus root 3 over 2. You can write it this way. Evaluate cos 65 on sine 25 plus sine 35 over cos 55. So this is based on complementary angles. When you talk of complement cos 65 is equal to sine. This ratio will come first, sine, bracket open, 90 minus 65, and which is equal to sine 25. Yes. I want to come to the second term. We can decide to change, or we can decide to change the numerator. So sine 35 degrees is equal to cos of 90 minus 35. 90 minus 35, and which is cos 55 degrees. Cos 65 was sine 25 plus sine 35 over cos 55. Okay. This is equal to, can't we bring it down? This is equal to sine 25 over sine 25 plus cos 55 over cos 55. Okay. So sine 25 over sine 25 will give you 1 plus cos 55 over 55 is also 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Viewers, this is where we will end. Thank you for watching this video. This is Remedial 1 YouTube channel. I want you to subscribe and then share. If you have benefited from this video, please kindly share, kindly subscribe. You can also turn on the notification button. Thank you very much. God bless you till we come to your way next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.